Look, most folks have this market dead wrong. They look everywhere and see warning signs. But if you compare today's setups with similar ones throughout history, you'll realize that you don't want to be cautious now. You want to be bullish. You simply have to take the first step. But you need to do it immediately because time is quickly running out. You also have to know what to buy and what to avoid. And that's the purpose of my message here today. Because if I'm right and your fear of losing everything causes you to miss out on this bull market's grand finale, you could end up regretting it for the rest of your life. I know because I've seen it happen before. Take a look at this chart. It's the stock index of one of the wealthiest nations in the world. As you can see, it entered a furious bull market in the mid-1980s, and investors who rode it higher had a chance to make a killing. But then the bubble burst, and to make matters worse, in 32 years, it's never fully recovered. In other words, it was the last bull market that many people in this country have seen. It's incredible. 32 years later, and these stocks have still never even come close to what they were worth at their peak in 1989. Now, if you're a student of history, you may have guessed that the country I'm talking about is Japan. Look at the chart again. Do you see how their Nikkei index, which contains the country's top 225 stocks, surged from around 5,000 to 40,000? But pay special attention to this point right here. Notice how a huge part of these gains came in the last year or two of the boom. This final furious stage of a bull market has a name. It's called a melt-up. And it's precisely what's happening in America right now. You may have noticed this term being thrown around by the mainstream financial media over the last few years, on Yahoo Finance or in Bloomberg or USA Today. Now, I won't claim that I invented the whole concept of a melt-up, but I've absolutely been on record as saying it's what we've been experiencing on Wall Street for years now, long before many other experts caught on. You can see it for yourself right here. I first talked about the melt-up all the way back in October of 2015 in front of a small audience at a conference in Las Vegas. My simple thesis went something like this. Interest rates will remain lower than you can imagine for longer than you can imagine. And that will cause asset prices like stocks and real estate to soar higher than you can imagine. At the time, a lot of people doubted that the market could soar any higher than it already had. Do you remember where the market was back then? I do. On October 5th, 2015, the Dow opened at around 16,500. And today, of course, it's up to 36,000, more than double where it was 6.5 years ago. Which is why you've started seeing the idea of a melt-up splashed across the front pages of the mainstream financial media more and more each day. Like in MarketWatch, Forbes, and the Wall Street Journal. They've all caught on to what I've been saying for years now. Bull markets don't end with a whimper. They end with a bang, a big one. This has been the central focus of my work for almost a decade now. And I'm not telling you that to brag, but so you'll hopefully see there isn't another analyst out there today who understands this situation the way I do. I've spent countless hours studying melt-ups throughout history in order to help people take full advantage of this massive opportunity. And that's exactly what I want to do for you today, with the opportunity to access my 2022 Melt-Up Blueprint, which contains trade recommendations that I believe could return as much as 250% each over the coming year. This could be the only piece of research you need by your side over the next 1 to 2 years if you want to potentially double or even triple your retirement account during the Melt-Up's grand finale. And it's incredibly important that you secure your copy right away. Also, don't forget, before the end of this broadcast, I'll be giving you the name and ticker symbol of a stock I believe has triple-digit profit potential during these final stages of the melt-up, 100% free of charge. It's my way of saying thanks for joining me today and making sure that no matter what, you leave here with an opportunity to succeed in the months ahead.